Hey everybody, welcome back. It is time for the Unit 3 weekly walkthrough. So I am going to share my screen, and we are currently looking at Unit 3 itself. So we're going to continue this week learning about putting writing together and incorporating sources in that writing, because of course that is what we're going to be doing pretty much forever. If, as long as you're in college, you're going to be writing research papers. So we're going to be exploring the world of thesis statements, which are sometimes tricky, how to avoid plagiarism, and of course how to cite your sources properly, which is the number one way of avoiding that accidental form of plagiarism that sometimes happens. So we're going to talk about in this unit, identify different ways to use evidence to support a thesis. One of the things that you may have run into in the previous unit is sometimes you are looking at an article that is on the same topic that you want to write about, but it's in opposition to what you think, or it's on the opposite side of an argument. And that can still be used to support your thesis. So, in fact, finding articles and credible sources on both sides of an issue, if you're writing an argument paper, is key. So, how do we create a thesis for an essay? One of the things, of course, that we want to learn is how to avoid saying in this paper, I will discuss X, Y, and Z, but still having that forecasting statement that shows here's what's coming in the body of my essay. And then we're going to learn a little bit too about different types of plagiarism. One of the things that Post really tracks, and many other schools do as well. All of the writing goes into a centralized database. So if you turn in the same paper for a different class, it is automatically flagged as plagiarism, even though you may have written it originally. So that's a type of plagiarism that we don't often think of. So you'll be exploring some of that during this unit. This unit does not have a formal writing assignment. You're going to have a knowledge check, which is just of course, a nice way of saying a test. But so you'll have a little bit of relief from writing, and you're going to, of course, have a discussion just like always. So, first order of business, of course, will always be to check into the readings and resources. There's a lot of good information about developing a thesis statement and avoiding plagiarism. You want to read all of these. You want to view any videos or any other activities that are in here step by step before you attempt to do your first written assignment, which of course is your discussion board that'll be due on Wednesday, just like always. So the discussion board this week does focus on that issue of plagiarism. So obviously the readings are going to be really important there. In one paragraph, you're going to answer the questions that are here. What implications or consequences does plagiarism have within your chosen area of study or your career? And how might your position with your profession be affected by plagiarism? Sometimes that's a harder thing to see. Obviously, we think of plagiarism as copying an essay for school, but plagiarism does exist in the workplace as well. So, this will get you thinking about that. And as usual, of course, the rubric is right here. There's a link to it if you want to check it out. And then once you get your feedback on it, you'll want to check out the rubric as well as the comments. And then, of course, you have a 10-question knowledge check. So you'll take that. That is not due until Sunday night at the end of the week, just like your responses to other students are due on Sunday night at the end of the week. So if any questions come up, any concerns, please, please, please reach out to me. You have, of course, access to the Ask the Professor discussion or Ask the Instructor discussion at all times. You also, of course, can reach out to me by email or phone. So if anybody has any questions, let me know, and I will see you next weekend for our Unit 4 walkthrough.